Somebody asked me about what's a good movie to show that shows a psychopath in action that they can watch. A very good movie. Well, first of all, movies like Psychopath, like Psycho, Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, they're not really insights into the psychopathic mind. Psychopaths are rarely violent. A good movie that shows psychopaths in a very realistic way, but it's not very violent. It has a little violence in it. He does murder, which is unrealistic for the most part. Is The Talented Mr. Ripley with Matt Damon, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Jude Law. Matt Damon plays a fantastic psychopath. The story is spot on. The behaviour is spot on. And there's one scene in the film where he engages Jude Law, who he's trying to manipulate into doing something against his will. I won't go into the full story, but he finds out that Jude Law is a big jazz head, and he's big into jazz music, and he encounters Jude Law and Gwyneth Paltrow on a beach in Italy, and Matt Damon comes over, and he's kind of nebbishish and awkward, and he's saying, "Hey, I know you. We went to college together." And Jude Law doesn't know who he is, but because he puts on this sort of like helpless, geeky behaviour, Gwyneth Paltrow, who's a nice person, she has this sudden sort of need to feel sorry for him and mother him, and so she says, "Come on and stay with us and, hang out a little bit." And as he's moving over, he drops his satchel, and out falls all these jazz records, because he knows that Jude Law loves jazz. He studied him the way all psychopaths do. And he's picking the LPs up off the ground, and Jude Law looks down and goes, "Wow, you're into jazz." And he walks over and he picks up a Charlie Parker LP, and Gwyneth Paltrow goes, "Oh, it's just Charlie Parker, he's just a jazz musician." And perfectly timed, Matt Damon goes, "No, he's actually a god," and instantly he knows that he has Jude Law right there and then. And that's a perfect. But that movie, The Talented Mr. Ripley, apart from the violent parts of it, but also how it's the violent parts where he murders are not very psychopathic. They don't really murder out of a crime of passion or anything like that. It would just be, if they murder, it's just business. But they showed how Matt Damon deals with the murders is very much how a psychopath does it, as just business. So The Talented Mr. Ripley, if you want an insight into the psychopathic mind and behaviour, that's a very good one to look up. It came about 2001, no, about 2000. Tops film, very good movie too. Talented Mr. Ripley. See ya.